Hawkins, Indiana, 1959, a sleepy town, a place where secrets whispered on the wind. The Creel family arrived under a cloudy sky. Their new home, a grand Victorian, stood on a hill overlooking the town. It held the promise of a fresh start, but darkness had followed them. It lurked beneath the surface.
Victor Creel, a man hardened by war, carried his own scars. His wife, Virginia, exuded a fragile hope. Their son, Henry, seemed different. He was quiet, withdrawn. His eyes held a chilling awareness.
The house creaked and groaned. Shadows danced at the edge of sight. An unsettling feeling settled over the Creel family. They were not alone. Hawkins held its breath. It waited, unaware of the horrors to come. The arrival of the Creels had awakened something, a darkness that would stain the town's history forever. Victor Creel, haunted by memories of war-torn Europe, sought solace in the mundane. He found work at the Hawkins Power and Light. His days were filled with routine. Virginia, yearning for normalcy, threw herself into domesticity. She baked pies, she tended the garden, but their efforts to create a picture-perfect life couldn't mask the cracks.
Henry remained an enigma. He was distant from his parents. He preferred the company of insects and stray animals. His only friend was the darkness that whispered to him from the corners of the house.
The boy possessed a secret, a power that frightened and intrigued him. He could move things with his mind. Small objects at first, then larger, heavier things. Whispers of the Creel family's past followed them from their previous town. There were rumors of strange occurrences, unexplained accidents. People whispered about Victor's violent temper. They gossiped about Virginia's fragile mental state, but no one suspected the truth. No one knew the darkness that resided within their son, the darkness that would soon consume them all. Patty Newby, a girl with eyes as bright as the summer sky, lived across the street. She was different from the other children. Drawn to Henry's quiet intensity, she saw past his strangeness. They met in the woods behind their homes, a place of whispering trees and hidden secrets. There, Henry let down his guard.
He showed Patty his powers. He made leaves dance in the air. He levitated stones. Patty, unafraid, delighted in his abilities. They built a friendship on shared secrets and a mutual understanding.
Henry, starved for connection, found solace in Patty's presence. She was the one light in his increasingly dark world. But even Patty's light couldn't penetrate the growing darkness within Henry. The whispers in the house grew stronger. They spoke of a place beyond his world, a place of power and terror. They called to him, and Henry, tempted by their promises, found himself drawn deeper into the abyss. Henry's visions began subtly, flashes of another dimension, a place of decay and monstrous beauty, the Upside Down. He saw creatures of nightmare, felt the chilling touch of an ancient evil. The entity that resided there, a being of pure malice, recognized Henry's potential. It saw in him a tool, a weapon to be molded.
The entity whispered to Henry. It fed his anger and loneliness. It showed him the true extent of his powers. The line between reality and nightmare blurred. Henry became withdrawn, erratic. He lashed out at his parents. His powers, once carefully concealed, became difficult to control. Objects moved with a life of their own. Animals fled in terror.
Fear gripped the Creel household. Virginia, sensing a malevolent presence, grew increasingly unhinged. Victor, blinded by his own demons, refused to acknowledge the truth. He dismissed the strange occurrences as his wife's deteriorating mental state. But Henry knew the truth. He was becoming a conduit for the entity's will, and it had terrifying plans for Hawkins.